Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world, this is the world away. We now got issue 101 of Eagle Moss's Build the Delorean. Okay, before we see what we got to do in that, more wires, I want to show you something. If you remember this from Mike Lane, this was on one of my past videos. Look, these are all the sort of number plates you can get at the moment, right from the original one there to the futuristic one, to the Ready Player One version, even some variations of the Ecto 88 one there, which is pretty cool. He's actually done a couple more, and let's just show you these. These are the sort of like British European number plates. Check them out, personalised of course. They're pretty cool, so we can have that on the car as well. Some of the things that Mike Lane do, they just blow me away, I'm telling you. And now I've got the unfortunate business of having a choice. So every 5 seconds I'm changing the number plate thinking, no, I want this one today. If you want to get those, just email Mike, just on this email address here, DeLoreanMods@gmail.com, and he'll give you all the details regarding that. But they're absolutely excellent. But I thought I'd just got to show you them, because I only just come through the post this morning, and I was like, wow. Anyway, issue 101. We're going to be continuing, if you can see the car here, with the wires along this side of the vehicle here. And for that end, they gave us absolutely loads of wires and a little grill. Now, with the grill, we're going to be making a tube out of it, looking like that. And then we're going to be putting the wires through the back section here. Look at those wires there. We're sort of fanning those wires out, then bundling them all together, tying them up with a little black bit of wire like we did last time. And then they're going to go ahead. And I think that does all the wires for that side of the car. So what I'm going to need to do is set the camera up again, because you're going to need to see what it looks like from the side, which is why now I'm using my phone on a mount, you see. So that'll be sitting here so I can focus on it, and hopefully we can get some good angles and stuff so you can see what I'm doing. But let's do that now. Okay, all sorts of weird and wonderful things in this pack. As you see, we've got the wire here that we're going to use to cable tie things together. We've got a coloured wire. We've got this tube which is going to be used with this grill here. Looking like that, put that to one side. A couple of brackets, I'll put that to one side. Some more hard tubing, hard rigid piping sort of thing, which is going to be going on the back. There's two bits of that actually. Put that to one side. Couple of little brackets here. So I'll put them to one side. And we've got a couple of screws. We've got MM screws. And we've got MP screws. God, they're tiny. Really tiny. And then we've got KM screws. So, first thing we want us to do is get this grill out, which I think is probably going to be the easiest part of this build. And we're going to be wrapping it around this tube here. Now, as you can see on here, we've got some holes in that tube, and those holes are going to be having some screws in them, which is going to keep this tube sort of like straight. Now, the problem is that we need to wrap this around here, which is going to be quite difficult, I think. So what they're telling us to do is says place the mesh 10C onto the tube, align one of the holes with those intended to be as shown, and carefully roll 10C around 10B until the lower rolls are aligned with the top holes. You just know this isn't going to stay in place. So I'll try my best and we'll see what happens. Rolling it's the easy bit, I think, but I'm trying to keep it level. Get that all the way rolled over. Down the other side. It's probably best to do one end at a time actually on this bit. And then we'll have a perfectly round tube. Now the thing that we've done, now we've made that round, we need to screw this together so that it doesn't come out. But unfortunately for me, the screw holes aren't visible now. So what I'm going to have to do is turn this tube around till I can get the screw holes visible. And then we can screw that in, no problems at all. There we go, and when all three of them are in, I'll show you that, looks like that. And all you need to do is just keep rolling that round just to get that as flat as you want it. Just like that. That was tricky. That's probably taken about 20 minutes and loads of editing on there. So I'm starting to think perhaps it would have been best just to put a little dollop of glue just on the plastic there to keep the holes lined up and then wrap it round. And then that way it won't move when you're trying to get the screws in. But there we go, that one's done. What we're going to do now is we're going to be putting these brackets on. We're going to be putting one on one side. Just getting it in like this. God, even that's hard. Because this thing really does want to come apart. All right. There we go, that's one bracket in there. Just like that. And we're going to be putting another one on the other side here. Making sure they're the same way round. just like that. And then we're going to be putting this on the car, which means I'm going to have to set up a camera, but that's looking just like that. I've turned the car on its side because you can see we've got 2 screw holes here and here, and that's pretty much where these are going to go. So it's probably best to have these brackets equal distance, and they're going to go on just like that there. Now these are going to be secured in with the famous KM screws this time, so let's get them on. And I'm going to try and do this so you can see this on camera. Anyway, that's what the bottom of the vehicle looks like at the moment. I haven't seen that for some time. Okay, when you put it on, make sure you're putting it on the right way so that the flaps are at the bottom there, so that it fits flush to that lip. So we'll put this one on first over here. There we go, that's the first one on. Another KM. Don't worry about the length of these wires here because they are going to be cut down later on. So let's put the second one on. So you're wondering what these rough holes are here, didn't you? Just trying to do it so you can actually see what I'm doing here. I don't know if any of the other cameras can see, so but once that's in tight, there we go, that's that on there. And now we're going to start putting some wires on the other side here. Okay, so when that's on, we're looking like that there, we're going to start putting some of this hard wires on. So we've got 2 bits of this. We've got this piece here, and we've got this piece over here. So the first piece, it's just going to hang down for the minute, but we're going to be putting it in these holes here and here, and then just push them in. They're not glued or anything, they just fit in just like that. They might need to be glued later on, but we'll see. But that's the first one in. Now the second one presses against this pipe here, and then it goes into a hole at the back here, which I'll show you once I put this in. They're actually putting this underneath the cable that we put in there, like that. So I think what's probably best, as a matter of fact, that's come out, so I'll put that back in afterwards. We'll put it in the hole that it's meant to go in at the back here, just like that. This connects down the front here like this. This may need a blob of glue, so I'm just going to have a look at that now. Right, the instructions don't tell you to do this, but trust me, it's going to make your life a lot easier. I'm going to put a dab of glue just on this bit here and join the pipes now. So there's my glue. And I'm joining these pipes together here the way they go, because this doesn't hold very well when it's on the vehicle. So let's put that in now. So basically I've got the full pipe there rather than 2 sections of it. It's going to be a lot easier to put this in now. Once this is in as well, as you can see, I'll just detach this pipe over here just for the minute, because this is going to be fitting underneath that. So I'm going to let that dry and then we'll put this pipe in. There we go, and as you can see, that fits absolutely perfectly there. Now the wire's in. I'm just going to show you at the back where that fits in as well. Fitting in just into this port, just down here there. And then all I'm going to do is just plug this lead back into the one it came from. Okay, step 9, we're going to be taking this little black bit here and this other black bit here, and these are sort of going to be going on just like this. But in between them, we're going to be pinning some of the coloured wires. So, okay, I'm not going to follow the instructions for this one either. Basically, I've put it together here, and I'm going to put the wires into it here as well. And they just feed in, each wire will just feed into the little holes that you probably can't see, but they're there. So once the wire's in, then I will attach it to the vehicle. They want us to, I'm going to leave a little bit more of a gap as well actually. They want us to put this on the vehicle and then put the wires in, which I think would be blimmin' hard. So you can see I've got the yellow one in there, and we're just going to go around and do all the others. So there you go, as you can see I've already fit these in now, looking just like that, and all I'm going to do is snip the ends off all of these here. So I've got this in there. I've not put it in the order that they're meant to go in, I know that for a fact. I'm really not that fussy, I have to say, but if you are, then obviously put them in the order that they're meant to go. You're not going to be able to see this, so I'm just snipping these wires off now. There we go, and that looks just like that now it's finished. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting this on the back section of the vehicle. So this is basically going to be going into these 2 holes here. So when this is on, it's going to be fitting flush, just like that. And then we're going to be securing this in with screws. So let's open the MMs up. I do like how they give us ample screws, I have to say. Make sure you put it in the right way. You put the flat side towards the back of the vehicle and have the corrugated side, if you like, upwards. So I'm just going to put this in, line it up, and we get the first screw in. There we go, that's in. That looks just like that. Now it wants us to bundle these wires over the top of these over this, so we take it out here, in this side of the capacitors here. And then we're going to have this tracing this wire down just like we did at the front there. Looking just like this. Sort of like that. And then once again we're going to be using this little thin black wire to cable tie just at different points down the wire here. And once again it's just a case of going behind, trying not to use too much of it because they don't give you a lot. And then twisting it round till it not come off, and then get your wire cutters, snip it off quite close to the thing, and then just continue down till we've traced all that. So I'll do that now. So once we've got the wire traced down exactly as we want it, we just need to insert the ends here into the little cage that we made earlier. But obviously we don't need these massive amounts going in, so we need to trim this. So just trim it sort of like, let's get round, so only a little bit goes in. It does help to have some really good wire cutters for this. And then we just feed this into this end here. Just like that. And now I can do the same to the other end. And then once again, we're just going to feed that into there. Just like that. And then that looks just like that. So pretty much the wires on that side of the vehicle are completed now. And that was quite a tricky episode, I have to say. While I've got the vehicle here, just so you know, I have got the splitter on the vehicle now. So this is a 3 meter EL wire at the back now. So this lights up, as well as the front one's lighting up now, which you can't see because it's just off camera there. And that's ready to go for when we do the flux bands at the back of the vehicle. So I thought I'd just mention that now. But for now, I'm just keeping that hidden over this far side of the car, because all we've been dealing on is this whole wire set here. But nice quick video, that one. Quick. Lots of edits, trust me. So issue 102, guess what? We got more cables. We need all those cables, don't we? Anyway, that was issue 101. 102 will be out next Thursday. I should be live streaming tonight. So if you are watching my live streams, Thursdays, 8 PM, you will get a notification if you click the subscribe icon down there. And when I'm online, we'll have a chat about God, the universe, and everything else. Anyway, hope you like that video. Take care.